The Huey Cam. Featuring the best of Lamont and Tonelli on 107.7 The Bone.
We have Christopher Titus in the studio, who is down at Tommy T's tonight and tomorrow night. Is that right, Chris?
Yeah, we're just doing 4 shows, man. Doing the Love Is Evil tour. We actually started this year. We're doing the Love Is Evil. It's all done now, and it's an hour. It's an hour and a half. They're going to air the show on Comedy Central. It's going to be 44 minutes. So if you want to see the whole show, come see it. Be very careful. Again, the show will fix your relationship or totally destroy it. And again, either way, you're welcome. You know, this show I've had
totally destroying it. Actually, maybe
I
fixing
had a girl.
it.
I'm not making it. I'm Tempe, and I'm meeting people, signing some stuff after the show, and this girl comes by, and everyone else is like, "Great show." This girl comes by, she's crying, but she's got like that weird, like fierce look on her face. She's like, "Yeah, thank you. It was a great show. I know what to do now." And I'm like, "Oh," and all I thought was, "Oh God." You know, I started looking for the news. This, you know, a man was killed today in his sleep. Various parts have been chopped off. We're searching for a comedian, Christopher Titus, for questioning. So, you know, on his chest it's carved, and Titus told me to do this. I mean, that's what I don't want that. But come to the show. I've actually broken some people up in the show and got some people together. I found out later that there's one couple in Ontario came to me and they're like, you know, we were getting divorced and we came to our show and now we're staying together.
Get out of here.
No, and then I had another couple that said that the last time I was here I was with a different girl because we got in the car after your show and we didn't even fight. We just said, we're done. And she said, yeah, we're done.
Hey, let me ask you this, because you're a Bay Area
Satan's
guy.
Dr. Phil. I feel bad.
You're a Bay Area guy,
Yes.
and I've never asked you this. When you come back to the Bay Area, does your dad go to the shows?
My dad passed, but my dad used to go to the shows, but my father would never watch me. Because he knew the stories. I was talking about him half the time.
Right.
You know, my dad was a hard drinking man. My dad was on the Alcoholics Anonymous wish list. and my mom was on lithium and parole. But that being said, my dad would literally turn his chair. He would be sitting in like the 8th row, where I could see him. But he would turn his chair around and watch the audience, which had to be creepy. And everyone else is looking at me, and my dad's watching the audience laugh. And he would always do this. I'd get to the show, whether it was a standing ovation or a good show or a bad show, invariably. Let's say I had the best show, standing ovation. Yeah. I guess you go, what do you think? Because, you know, my whole thing with my dad is we had a lot of issues. And, love me, Daddy, please. So he would always invariably go, that guy in the corner, see the guy with the blue shirt? Didn't laugh one time. Not one time. Think you're funny? You didn't get that guy, did you? That would be our conversation. So I'm still in pain about it. It's all right.
And what's your mom think of your act?
My mom thought was very proud. She was very proud. And I got some notes from the mental hospital. She said very, very funny. She said the voices have told me that you're very good. I'm not kidding, by the way, guys. I'm not kidding. At one point, my mom was working in a chicken plucking plant. She wasn't manager. It wasn't like she was doing well. But you know what? You live the life the hand you're dealt. And now, now in the divorces, we got a trial date. We're going to trial now.
And that's another question I was going to ask. Is every time you're on the show, we end up getting you in trouble?
Yes,
because
we have to be very careful.
Yes, we have to walk on. No, you don't. And it's all. We actually now that I've seen all the evidence, I will not say anything that I cannot back up in court.
Are we going to be called as material witnesses?
Yes. Yes, you guys will be down there. We're going to have your testimony on air, though, which is good.
Now, her family listens to the show all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when we've had our old boss, who is no longer with us at the station now, used to get messages on his machine going, I would like a copy of that tape of Christopher Titus for my...
Well, wait, just wait another week. It'll be on Comedy Central. Just watch it on Valentine's Day. Let's submit that one for evidence. Whatever, I don't care. It's not like I haven't talked about stuff. If you look at my first comedy special, I talked about her. She cheated on me in our first comedy special. I talked about that. Now you're upset? We did a whole show for 3 years. We did 54 episodes where her family. We made fun of her family, and they signed releases. Yeah, okay, now you're mad because you're not giving me the when you were making money, you were fine with it. Now you're pissed. Sorry. I still got child support to pay. Let me write my damn jokes.
But things are good with the new gal, though.
Yeah, she's great. She's great. Everything's going well, and I've never been in a relationship where. Here's the thing: you know, I had that little voice in my head all the time, you know, and I've been with my mom was crazy, my dad was who he was, and so when one of my voice in my head, that inner retard, that little, I call you my inner retard, that little voice in your head that tells you suck, that you're not good enough. So you know, that little voice that tells you that like, I'm gonna ask for a raise, and it goes, yeah, well, you're gonna get fired. That's what's gonna happen, idiot. Mine's bad. If I'm on the freeway and the lane I'm in stops, I pull the next lane, that lane stops. My inner retard's like, yeah, it was your fault. The entire freeway's pissed off at you right now. So the only time my inner retard ever got along, we met her family, and her family, we met her family, and my inner retard was like, they love and support each other with kindness. Back away slow. Scared to death. Her mother got a master's degree in fine arts. Her brother's a federal agent. Yeah. If I piss this family off, you're going to see that on CNN, man. Comedian Christopher Titus, after missing 3 months ago, was found today. His body strewn across 14 states. Federal agents are baffled. So I do that joke. He comes to see me in New Mexico, comes see my show, and I go, what do you think of the show? And he goes, they're not going to find you. He was pissed off that I he wasn't a good enough federal agent to hide a body. Like he didn't say good show.
So you're living with this gal now?
Yeah. She's great. We've been together a while now, and her dad's a Marine. You know, I've never been with a girl who had a good family. Any other girl I dated my whole life, if their family came after me, you know, I could have just gone, it's crystal meth, go, and they would just take off running. This girl's great.
Has the ex-wife met the new girlfriend? Have they met each other?
Weirdly, it's weird. When we pick up the kids or something.
Yeah.
It's you know, they're okay. They're okay. Yeah. There's been no police called. We're good. We're good. You know, no police chopper hovering. We're good. You know, it's weird though, because I have literally it got to a point where like every week I'd pick the kids up, because you guys been through divorce, right?
No.
Okay, if you're in a normal divorce, it sucks visiting your kids. Mm-hmm. If you're in a bad divorce, getting your kids is a hostage transfer every week, man. I call an hour before. All right, I'm en route. Then I get closer. I'm 300 yards from the house. 3, 2, 1. I have a visual on you and the children. All right, please walk to the front gate. Stop. Hold on. Take the kids back inside and take up those crappy clothes you bought them. Put on the cool stuff that I bought them, please. I'll be back in 15 minutes. Okay, I'm back. I stopped at the toy store to buy them some toys so they love me more than you. Now listen, I want you to walk to the gate. Stop. All right, back up 10 steps. I'm dropping the alimony check on the driveway. Kids, the doors are open. Go, 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 go! And it got to this point where, like, every time I dropped them off, there was a letter sent to the lawyer that said I was screaming, I was beating on the door, I shot JFK. You know, so I went to the judge and I go, Judge, we need to transfer the children somewhere else. And the judge goes, McDonald's. And I was like, McDonald's? And then I thought, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Nothing bad can happen at McDonald's, Sully. You know why? They make meals out of happy. So, that's going on. And by the way, if you want to hear the show again, come to court.
Now, what do you have? 2 tonight, 2 tomorrow night at Tommy T's?
2 tonight, 2 tomorrow night. Yeah, 2 tomorrow night. And I've actually started, you know, if you've seen Love is Evil before, I've added some stuff to it. And then I started working on my new show called Neverlution, which is about, we're out of control. We're not evolving. Do you know that, man? I don't understand how we can have all this technology and we can't figure out eggs. Like every 3 months, eggs will kill you or eat more eggs. Don't eat the yolks. Don't eat the whites. Don't eat the... How can we figure out Israel if we can't figure out eggs? Eggs have been around a long time. Still don't get it. And then we cloned a puppy. Did you see the thing they cloned?
Oh, yeah.
Really? A Korean cloning lab, so I'm sure the quality of the dog is top notch. Yeah, how many 1999 Hyundais do you see running around in pristine condition? Yeah, I'm sure this dog is top of the line.
Christopher
$180,000.
Yeah, can you believe that?
$1,000. Wow, really? You know, okay, you know, what about the homeless people in Africa? Well, don't worry about that. If they die, we can clone more homeless starving people in Africa. Don't need to worry about that. $180,000. You know what? All I can hope is that, because it's such a weird thing. Like, they didn't use the money for something else. $180,000 for the same dog.
Right.
Yeah.
This weird, creepy zombie dog that they made, you know. And my attitude about the whole thing is, I hope that the dog escapes and is adopted by a lonely homeless man under a bridge somewhere. And he's his best buddy for months and months, maybe even years. And then one day, after a big bottle of Thunderbird, he decides to skin the dog, make a golden furry vest out of it, fillet, cook it, That's golden labalicious.
180 grand worth.
Hey, they can do another one, right? They clone it. Let's whip out another one. At least that way you're using all the parts. I mean, if I'm sorry. I read it. I was really mad. In the inauguration, are you trying to cut me off, man?
Yeah, because we're almost off the air already.
God, all right, cut me off.
Christopher Titus playing
Tommy
at
T's
Tommy
Comedy
T's.
Steakhouse.
All right,
the best comedy steak ever.
Lamont and Tonelli, weekday mornings 5 to 10 on 107.7 The Bone.